This is a story of someone who wanted to straighten their teeth and to do it very quickly. But before we get to that, hey everybody, leave a comment below if you feel like you straightened your teeth in like a super fast amount of time, right? Very little amount of time. Or leave a comment below if you feel like your treatment took forever. So, this story, yeah, thank you to one of our viewers for asking the question, for posing the question. In one of our comments, someone asked about a special device. Vibrate, you bite into it and it vibrates your teeth, or it vibrates, and it's supposed to help things move faster. So thank you again to our viewer who posed the question about this particular device that is claimed to speed up tooth movement. So before we get to this, I guess it's not really a story, but it's more like my response in video form. Makes me think of Moana. I will gladly do so in song form.
In song form.
So this is what you need to remember when it comes to speeding up tooth movement, okay? Okay, this is what you need to remember. 1, orthodontists want your tooth movement to go as fast and as physiologically healthy as possible. Meaning that, yes, we want things to go fast, but sometimes if you try to go too fast, meaning like you put a lot of force on, that can be bad for the teeth, for the bones, for the gums, things like that. So, but just remember, we want things to go fast. The sooner you get out of braces, the less risk for cavities, root resorption, bone loss, inflammation, white spots, all those things. So number 2, there have been many methods studied to try and improve or increase the rate of tooth movement. Generally speaking, orthodontic treatment still takes, when considering a comprehensive approach to the ideal, 30 months, somewhere between 2 and 3 years, right? Like kind of that area. I know that's not the same, but it just hasn't changed that much over a long time. And so we're looking for new ways to make things go faster. Here are some of the different ways. Osteoperforations. That's where they take little screws and buzz into your bones, right? Around the teeth where they want to move. Low level laser therapy. Don't even think I can pronounce this correctly. That's a tough one. Piezo-scission corticotomies. Something similar to the perforations, except this time we're actually cutting into the bone, right? Cutting into the bone, we're creating an inflammatory state because that's part of tooth movement. And vibration. Those are some of the common attempts that have been made and studied through research to see if we can speed up tooth movement. Those corticotomies, there has been shown in some of the corticotomies a short-term increase in the rate of tooth movement with that procedure. But you can look it up and see if that's something that you're interested in and if it's worth it to you. But let's move on to the vibration device, okay? Take a peek here, right? A very common brand that a lot of orthodontists know is called ACCELERATOR. And other companies like Byte have come up with their own device, perhaps something similar, they just named it different. Little handle, little biting wafer, and you bite in there and you turn on and zzz, vibrates. The idea is that the vibration can stimulate or increase the activity of the cells needed to break down the bone around the teeth. You're like, what? Why are we breaking down bone? Well, remember, the bone surrounds the tooth. And if you want the tooth to move from here to here, okay, or the tooth to move from here to here, then all this bone that's surrounding the tooth has to change or remodel around the tooth as it moves. And so you need certain cells for that process. You can check out our other videos. And these cells, in theory, can be stimulated to, there can be more present, more efficiently. That was the idea behind the vibration, that it can do this. According to the manufacturer of ACCELERATOR in particular, you vibrate on that thing for 20 minutes every day. And in theory, this can be used for aligners or braces, and you just bite into it. There are quite a few providers who had been using these for aligners. Most of the current research, randomized controlled clinical trials, comparing the difference between individuals who used the vibration device in their mouth and those that didn't, and the total length of treatment time, and found that there was no difference between total time in treatment. So number 5, why are you using this device? Good question. Talk to your provider. Some providers may have personal experiences with this. It's hard to generalize research to everybody because everybody is so different. And so is there a possibility that vibration or some of those other things like cutting into the bone or little osteoperforations, putting holes in the bones, or laser therapy, like those different things could help speed up movement? And maybe, again, because everybody is so different. But if you're going based off of the best evidence that we have out there currently, a good portion of the orthodontic community feels that, per the research, that there's a good chance that these devices don't actually help or won't make a significant difference in the speed at which your teeth move, and your total treatment time will be similar to if you had not used it. So, I'm not calling anybody liars or anything like that, but that's the best information that we have out there. So, hope this helps. Don't get discouraged if your tooth movement is taking a long time. Sometimes things are just really complicated, but remember, orthodontists, we want things to move well and as quickly as reasonably healthy as possible. So if you know somebody who's trying to move their teeth or is interested in moving their teeth, or maybe somebody who's using these devices or considering these other situations, if you have used the device or if you have had some of these procedures done, leave a comment below. Come find us, schedule an appointment to visit with us in person to consider how we can help you straighten your teeth and beautify your bite. That's all I've got, just a little PFOing so you know where you're going. Packard out.